What's up guys? Today we're building the scene of if minifigures could trick or treat. Specifically Star Wars minifigures, because those are my favorite. This build is really cute and really small and even a little bit spooky. But time to tick until Halloween, so I better get building. To start off, I built the black base for this MOC, and I really wanted to do this because I just think it looks really clean when you have this really nice looking black base, and it basically is just a bunch of, black bricks all the way around in a perfect square, and then I just covered over it with some black tiles and it looks really good. I then filled the center with some black plates, and then the base was done. This is definitely something I'm going to use in future MOCs and just looks super clean and is a great way to, just like border off where your MOC is going to be. Next, I put some filler brick down just to mark off where the trail going up to the house is going to be, just so I can kind of see where I'm going to be going with this. The filler brick obviously doesn't have to be like any particular color, so I used white and some other colors in this case. I added some dark green plates on top of the filler brick just to represent the grass, because that is what the color of the grass is going to be, just to show it's kind of like, nighttime and it's kind of spooky and it's this dark green grass, which I think looks really good. And I did add some like different terrain type details where it goes like down in some areas and up in others. I also put some filler brick under where the path was just to bring it up a little bit, but it is going to be a little bit lower than the grass. Then I just covered over that with some I think it's kind of like a nougat color, and it looked really good, and it's kind of just this kind of like dirty color. The path is going to be slightly slanted going up to the house just to make it look a little bit more natural and that type of thing. Once the path was complete, I also added another dirt patch to the left of the MOC where I'm going to be putting the bush, which is also going to have some lights later in the video. I spent a little more time adding some more grass and also adding a bit of that nougat colored dirt. Then I started to mark off where the house was going to begin, and I just made it this kind of dark gray color. I made some progress on the steps leading up to the house, and I really wanted them to be like mostly flat, but I obviously need some studs to place the minifigures, so I added some tiles and those type of pieces. I also added some cool detail pieces to the house right along the base, which basically transitions the tan part of the house from the gray part below. Then I designed the two main walls of the house, which already have the windows installed. The windows are just a pretty standard Lego window piece, then I just used that tan color. Then it was time to add in the door and two other gray brick walls. And then I finished the front wall with a nice arching piece going over the door. The color I chose for the floor of the interior of the house is brown, just because I thought it would look really nice with the other colors, and it really does. Once the floor of the house was complete, I started work on the roof, which is also very simple, just using some gray plates and then some gray tiles on top, and it looks really good, but it's really simple to do. made the front bush out of a bunch of foliage pieces attached onto just this one like plant piece, and they were just all around, and it looks really good. Definitely one of the best designs I've ever really put in any MOC. I then added some fun graveyard decorations to the front of the house to make it really feel like Halloween, and I finally added the stone guardian of the house. I also added a few pumpkins, which is a really simple design, which just uses these like circular pieces, and then I just put like a green piece on top. And I even added some lights onto the bush, which are just studs. They obviously don't light up in real life. Then I added some grass detail pieces to the front yard just to liven it up a little bit. I also planted a pretty small tree in the front yard, and it looks pretty good, but it's kind of small. One of my favorite decorations I added though is the spider web, just because it looks really nice, and I really love the way I attached it to the house. And then it was time for the interior. I added a TV with a singer on it, which I thought was pretty funny. I also added a kind of like couch chair and a bookshelf with a pumpkin on top. Then I also added this like random table with like coins and gold on it for some reason. I thought it was kind of cool. I also added a fun black and orange Halloween rug. Now we're really close to finishing this MOC, so the only thing left to add is the minifigures. First, I added the person that lives at this house, and when she opens the door, she gets really scared, so I gave her this really scared face, and I think it works out perfectly. I added Darth Maul just because he's a pretty scary looking guy. I added a 501st clone trooper with his sack of candy, and I also put Grogu on his back just because I thought that was pretty cute. The final minifigure I added was the big Wookiee Chewbacca, and I really love how he fits into this MOC. Now that all the minifigures are added in, the MOC is complete. I absolutely love the way this MOC turned out. I really think it's a funny idea that these Star Wars characters are going trick-or-treating, and it's just really absolutely cute, and it's really great for Halloween. You should definitely try building a MOC like this for yourself, just because it's really fun to do and you can really make it your own. Well, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed. I had a ton of fun building this MOC, and I hope you had a ton of fun checking out how I built this thing. Have a ton of fun on Halloween, and comment down below what you think is the scariest Star Wars character. Thanks for watching.